I'm the chair of the Labour Party and Minister without portfolio. Well, we've spent the last 4 months with the Conservatives, rather than take any kind of responsibility for the mess that they've left the country in after 14 years of Conservative government, rather than take responsibility, they've just been talking to each other with more sort of division and chaos and infighting as this leadership election has played out. Well, look, I'm proud that she's the first black woman to lead a political party in Westminster. But Kemi was part of the chaos of the last 14 years, serving in various roles. And you think about her leadership campaign, where she made some pretty negative comments about autistic children. She said that maternity pay was excessive, the national minimum wage was harmful. I'm quite worried about what that means. Actually, is she going to get rid of? Is their policy going to be to get rid of maternity pay? Would they scrap the minimum wage? These are all things that would need to be answered.
Up the opposition.
I don't think there's a particularly bright future with her as leader of the opposition. She was part of the chaos of the Conservative government over the last 14 years. The Conservatives haven't learned anything from that division, that chaos that we've seen, and that people resoundingly rejected at the ballot box in July. Well, we may not have had a female leader of the Labour Party, but on Wednesday we smashed an 800-year-old glass ceiling with the first ever female Chancellor of the Exchequer to deliver a budget, and I, for one, am particularly proud of that. I'm not going to get into who the Labour Party would have preferred to have won. What I wanted to see from the candidates actually was an apology and acknowledgement to the British public for the last 14 years of chaos, division under the Conservatives. They crashed the economy, sent mortgages skyrocketing, and when there were difficult decisions to be made, they ran away from it and called a general election. They were resoundingly defeated in July, and with Kemi Badenoch, we see more of the same. Well, there has been a long wait for this, and over the last 4 months the Conservatives could have apologised for the mistakes that they've made. Instead, we've had this long drawn out leadership election where they've been talking to each other rather than to the public. Kemi Badenoch was part of that 14 years of Conservative chaos and division, so I'm not particularly optimistic about what this means for the Conservative Party going forward.